Welcome back to more Oblivion. I found Braden's house. It's over here. I don't know why it's directing me over there. Again, I think this is a case where the map markers could be a general area.
You're going to have to leave. This is a crime scene, and no one other than ourselves, our Reynold Draelus, will be allowed access.
Tell me about him.
I suppose there's no harm in telling you what happened. Word is bound to get around Bruma anyway. Turns out that Braden Lyrian is a vampire. Or was. If it wasn't for Reynold Draelus, we may never have uncovered the truth. Let me explain. In the last week or so, we've found 2 bodies stashed in shallow graves outside the city walls. The bodies had puncture wounds on their necks. The bodies were those of some beggars who used to wander the streets looking for handouts. Vampire probably thought no one would miss them. Luckily for us, Reynold arrived in town. He said he was a vampire hunter, so we asked for his help. He tracked the vampire to this house. When he entered the place around noon, Braden was sleeping. He was able to slay him at that point. Luckily, Braden's wife wasn't home. Poor thing. She didn't even know her husband was infected. We did a follow-up investigation, and it's true that no one recollects seeing Braden out in the daylight. He's only been spotted at night. I'm afraid there's not much more to tell you. So, you can see we really don't need any help, but thanks for the offer. As far as I know, he was a good man. I never saw this coming. But vampires are masters of deception, so I guess it makes sense.
Tell me about Reynold.
I'm impressed. It only took him a day to track the vampire down. I guess that's why he does it for a living. Feel free to question anyone in town. They shouldn't give you too much trouble.
Although he's just like, There's a crime and will alert the authorities. Okay.
Sorry, I'm going to make arrangements for removal of the bodies, and then we're afraid there may be retribution on Braden's wife, even though she had nothing to do with it. Vampires are a hated lot. Feel free to question anyone in town.
I can't believe this is happening. Please, please, I need your help. My husband was no vampire. It's ridiculous. No one will listen to me.
Calm down. I want to help.
Forgive me. I loved my husband dearly, and to lose him this way makes no sense. Anything you can do to help would be wonderful. This is all happening so fast.
Calm down. Tell me what the fuck
I
happened.
came home only just a few hours ago. I found the door open, and my Braden dead. Standing over him was a Dunmer. I screamed and ran out into the street. Some city watch were nearby and heard me, I suppose, as they arrived quickly. I heard the Dunmer identify himself as Reynold Draelus. He said he was a vampire hunter, and that Braden was his mark. The guards seemed to know about Reynold, and after a search of the house, the body of some beggar was found stashed in our basement. The guards sent for Carius, who is an investigator for crimes here in Bruma. In minutes, Reynold convinced Carius that Braden was a vampire.
The evidence looks bad for Braden, though.
Well, of course it does. It was obviously planted here. Why would he stash a body in his own house? That's ridiculous. And another thing. The guards are making a big deal out of no one seeing Braden out in the daylight. Well, of course that's the case. He works at night and has to sleep during the day. Why does that make him a vampire?
The fuck's his job,
It's
though?
all that Reynold character. I don't trust him. The thing that bothers me the most is that I swear I've seen him before. Of course, he says he's never been here. Look, there isn't much more to say. Please, help me clear my husband's name. I have no idea where he'd be. Just find him and make him tell you the truth. I swear he's a liar. Hello.
Check this basement. Yep, there's a dead body. Murdered beggar. Pretty fucked. Alluring gaze. That's a nice touch. That's a very nice touch, actually. Novaroma leaflet. Give.
Hello.
Excuse me.
Hello.
Okay. Let's ask around and go to Olav's, because I'm pretty sure that's where you go. Look at all the rats. It's such a nice touch. I think the same things in Breville and... What's up with my frames here? The fuck? In Breville and Leowin. Hello. Ongar.
Ongar, the world weary, they call me. I've been everywhere and done everything. Now I'm settled down for a good long rest.
Ah, the long sleep. Honorable. What can you tell me about Bruma?
Bruma is a perfect town for a Nord man of leisure. Bracing mountain air, good food and drink, and lively Nord fellowship. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't buy or sell things.
Funny Ongar.
Goodbye.
We'll meet him later. Hey, Alga.
What can I do?
Nope, sorry, buddy.
Goodbye.
I'm Olga. I'm a bard and a speechcraft trainer. Hanmund is my live-in partner. No offense, but I don't want to hear about any Mara Mother Mild and Chapel family business. Hanmund and I live together in the old Nord way. Good enough for my fa and ma, and good enough for me.
And again, you can see that the Nords in this game are not a follower of the 9 divines or 8 divines or whatever. They have their own pantheon, and this was not touched upon at all in Skyrim. They got lazy and they just said, ah, fuck it, they believe in the 8 or 9 divines. And then, no. They had their own pantheon of different gods with Shor, Shezar, and Alduin there. But then they just threw that entire idea out the window, but that's okay. You can learn more about that, actually, in Zarek Sahakaron's Ideal Skyrim or Ideal Test 5 that he had. A really good video. Highly recommend. And he had a lot of good ideas about how they could have dealt with that situation. But anyway, what can you tell me about Bruma?
Bruma's a funny place. Half Cyrodiil and half Skyrim. I'm Old Nord all the way. I keep the old songs and stories alive.
Good
Farewell.
day. Why?
What can I do for you today?
Tell me about Brayden.
I know I may be out of line by saying this, but I think the city guards may be wrong. It's hard to imagine Brayden was a vampire. I could have sworn I saw him outside in the daylight before. Unless he just got that disease very recently, I'd say they were mistaken. When I heard Raynil killed him, I didn't know what to think. But after your visit here, I'm beginning to wonder.
Tell me about Raynil.
Raynil is staying in the last room down the hall upstairs. Here's the key. I always liked Brayden and Arlene. They were a nice couple. I hope you get to the bottom of this, because I don't believe he was a vampire either.
Wait, hold up.
What can I...
Tell me about Bruma.
The Countess is Heartland.
Oh, wait, we already talked to you.
He isn't in right now, so you should be clear to check it out. Just don't tell anyone I gave the key to you.
You'd think it just
Just
gave
look
it to us
at me.
twice.
Need anything else?
I've entered. Should search the place for anything suspicious. Tiny backpack. That's pretty suspicious.
The Nords have always been protective of their territory. It's no wonder they get involved in these disputes.
To be honest, I don't see anything suspicious. Oh! Galaborn's journal. Discovered a small journal in Raynil's room. At the end, it seems he was part of a group of adventurers who uncovered an artifact in some alien ruin. They all agreed to stash it in a cave until more research. Each of them took a key to the chest. 2 other members of the group were Brayden and someone called Galaborn. I need to find out more. Olav may be able to help. So you can read it here if you care. It is quite a long journal. It's 18 pages. Hey.
Hello.
Who the fuck's
What can I
Galaborn?
Galaborn? That's odd that you should mention that name. Reynald told me that he was the last vampire he hunted. Yeah, that's right. Somewhere in Skingrad, I believe. He said he tracked Gelborn down and killed him. That's apparently why the guards trust him so readily. They had gotten word from Skingrad's City Watch about Raynil and his so-called accomplishment. And nothing else I can tell you about him. He comes and goes and doesn't talk to people much. Just look for me if you need anything else.
Well, well. If it isn't the Holy Crusader himself.
Hi, Jagasta. Why did you just...
Move faster if you value your life.
What's your problem, buddy?
You.
I think
Well, well. Good that we have a healer in town.
What have you been up to?
If you
I
value
have
your
heard that
life.
Nord warriors have traveled from Sky.
Do you got a problem? Do you want to talk about this, buddy?
Brethren of Morrowind.
Are you in the fall game? Yeah, you are.
I'm not surprised.
I don't know why he just came up and talked to me. That was...
Do you have a death wish, boy?
I do.
I used to think. Move faster if you value your life.
I don't know why he just... Because I didn't press spacebar. He just walked up to me. Well, if it isn't the Holy Crusader himself, then just stops talking. New topic, Urindeer. Even though I didn't hear anybody talking about Urindeer, but that's okay. I also love the small little aspect to this little quarter in Bruma, how everything's like poor as hell and there's just burning fires out in the street.
Oh. So, any new revelations in your... investigation?
Hey, stop it with the fucking tone, alright? There's a few things.
I'll warn you about one thing. I understand you wanted to help Erlene by checking up on Raynil. We have it on good authority from officials in a neighboring city that Raynil is what he says he is. So I'm not sure what you're trying to prove. I am only allowing you to do this investigation, and I use that term very loosely, because Erlene is so distraught. I'm sure Erlene is very upset. She'll be safe, though. Raynil has confirmed with us that she isn't infected. Her accusations that Raynil is lying is not surprising. At this point, she's so upset that she'll say anything to deny what really happened. I suppose if I found out a loved one was something as horrid as a vampire, I'd find any excuse not to believe it either.
Alright, here's the lore on Gelborn.
How do you know about that? Ah, too many people don't know how to keep quiet about official matters. Very well. The Skingrad City Watch informed us that Gelborn was killed by Raynil not too long ago. Gelborn was a vampire as well, obviously.
I disagree.
What do you mean, you disagree? That's a bold statement. What proof do you have that Gelborn was not a vampire?
This damn journal.
I don't know what to say. It all makes perfect sense now. Why else would Raynil have removed this journal from the crime scene in Skingrad? I heard no mention of a key either. It must have been removed by Raynil from Braden's body before we arrived. To think that 2 innocent men were killed, and that I'm responsible for one of their deaths, I'm speechless. I will rouse the guard and begin a search for him in the city. Meet me at Olev's Tap and Tack in 1 hour.
Man goes from 0 to 100. That was actually pretty funny, I'm not gonna lie. Ooh, hello, lag. Yeah, it's pretty laggy here. I'm getting like 25 FPS. Let's go back inside.
How do you do?
Nice and 60.
Not bad.
How goes
Been
it?
Heard any
conjuring
news?
up the
I've
dead
been
things.
provinces.
Greetings.
So 1 hour. I'm here. I'll have some cheese.
Whatever
do you
I
want?
can do.
You get an...
Just before I arrived here, I received a report from one of our scouts watching the roads. Raynil was spotted heading west out of Bruma. The scout tried to follow, but lost him in the mountains. The only cave to the west that comes close to the one described in Gelborn's journal is Boreal Stone Cave. That must be where he's headed. You must get there before he acquires whatever artifact is being kept there and makes his escape.
I would agree.
I'm keeping the city guard in Bruma, as Raynor doesn't know we're after him. If he sees a guard, he may panic and run. You're my only hope at the moment. Please, you have my authorization to do everything you can to bring him to justice. If he won't surrender, I think you know what to do. Hurry. I fear you have a day at the most to stop him. If all you say is true, Raynor will answer for Braden's death. Raynor will pay for both.
Okay.
I can't wait to get my hands on Raynor. He'll become very familiar with Bruma's dungeons, or the end of my blade if he doesn't come peacefully. I've heard that Janta's...
This would be something that would be very interesting for Test 6, now that I think about it. It's just the concept of handcuffs. I think we'll walk there. I also don't think this quest is timed, if memory serves. Yeah, I don't think there's a timer, but I could be wrong. But like the concept of bounty hunting or whatever, you know, wanted dead or alive, that'd be a very nice touch if there were procedurally generated bounty hunting missions that you could just, you know, get a pair of handcuffs, you could knock the dude unconscious or something and bring him in alive. That would be just a very cool small thing to add that wouldn't require significantly much code. All it would require is a way to... Hell, you could just not even do that, just paralyze him. Get like a paralysis spell or paralysis poison. You know, and then just have an animation for putting on handcuffs. And there you go. You know, and immediately swap him from being hostile to passive towards you, and then make him follow you. Or you could even not even do the make him follow you stuff. You could have it so that you need to, you know, rough him up a bit in order for him to follow you. That'd be a very nice touch, now that I think about it. And it wouldn't be anything too hard to implement. The hardest thing to implement would be the handcuffs animation, if they even wanted to do that, which I think they should. But yeah. You know, that other Oblivion gate is still there. This is bringing us right towards it, isn't it? Fuck. Fuck. Actually, I don't even see it. Is it on top of the hill over here? I'm fairly certain it is. Yeah, there it is. The game just started lagging like crazy. Actually, I do want to go towards it because there might be a Jamora Lord there. Oh, they're attacking a Skyrim boy. We must help the guard.
Do your worst.
You're welcome, guard. I can do your job better than you can. This is Capstone Cave. Alright, I'm really banking on this Oblivion Gate having some nice fat Tremora Lords or Daedra Lords or whatever the fuck it is. That'd be a big play. Doesn't even look like there's a single Daedra here, yeah. Figures. The one that we did see was, yeah, right by Hermaeus Moro's place. I'm going to go there, I think, off camera and see if I can find any more gear from that guy. Because it would be so nice. It really would be. Oh. Did more stuff spawn? It's just a storm atronach. I really don't fucking care. Giants! Hi. Lads. Oh, what the hell is that? Frost giant. Oh my god. What? Are we hostile? Are we friends? Okay, you're definitely not friendly. You're getting put down. Oh my god, you have a lot of health. Oh, I think we're all hostile now. Yep. Oh boy, I don't know what I just started. We're killing a lot of people here. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. I'm dead. Sweet. Oh, wow. Lost autosave was here. Next time. Thank you for watching. And the game crashed, too. What a nice ending.